Hi everyone, welcome to Big Steps for Small Businesses. This is the monthly marketing slot that we do every month at the Big Business Breakfast Club. My name is Alex Ryan, I'm the owner of Marketing 101, Brighton. People keep calling us Brighton's favourite marketing agency. I can't stop them. I can't stop them. Well, someone started it. I don't know. It's a rumor. Yeah, I do marketing. We talk about marketing. Consultant and presentation slides. Cards are on the table. Please come and grab me if you want to talk about marketing. So one of the things that always happens when people come to us to talk about marketing is they say something like, yeah, we really need to improve our social media. Or, I really want to start an Instagram channel or that kind of thing. And that's fine, but I think people don't really think about what kind of marketing they should actually be doing. They see what other people are doing and just want to kind of get in on it, or they go for the most obvious opportunities. So I wanted to take you through today the kind of conversations that we have when someone comes to us and says, I'm a plumber and I really want an Instagram channel. The conversations we had to actually try and figure out what they can achieve and what they should be doing from a marketing perspective. So apologies at the back, you don't actually need to see this slide, but Jim will share my presentation, the video of it. It'll go onto my LinkedIn, so you'll be able to see all these slides close up eventually. But this is a marketing channel there, so you can't see all that on there, but those are loads of kind of different marketing opportunities. There's loads of them. Does anyone in the room kind of feel overwhelmed by the amount of different kinds of marketing that there are people? Yeah, lots of nods. Excellent. We won't bother with a show of hands. How about now? Any more nods? This is a marketing ops strategy document here. This microphone's going as well. Are they both on? Are they? That's why. Right. This is going to happen. 1 second. Okay. Cool. I'll fix it. So marketing is overwhelming. So how to choose the right marketing tactics, and you can all go and apply this today. It's a really, really simple technique that we take all of our potential clients through. So step 1, resource reality check. So how much time can you actually dedicate to marketing each week internally, you and your team? Being realistic about that, writing it down, that's a good start. What's your actual marketing budget? So what are you actually spending at the moment? And what could you spend? What would you like to spend? Write that down. That's a good starting point as well. And then finally, listing the skills that you have in-house. So maybe you do have someone that's done newsletters before, they're really good at copywriting. Maybe you have someone that kind of keeps the website up to date, manages that already. Listing these things out is the very first thing that you should be doing. Resource reality. How much time, how much money, what skills do you have? Because then anything that you don't have in-house, you're going to have to outsource. So that's the first stage. Step 2, this is actually the absolute foundation of marketing, is being led by your audience. So why do they buy, first of all, and where do they buy or how do they buy? And that tells us, first of all, the messaging that you should be using. So why do they buy? We know in marketing, we lead off kind of solving problems, right? So people buy things because they either want them, they have a desire for them, or they have an issue that they're trying to fix, or whatever it is. Especially in B2B, it's often they need something sorted, they have a problem. So why do they buy? That's going to define your messaging. And how do they buy? That's where to say it. So if you know where they're shopping and where they're hanging out, then you know where you need to be in order to engage with them. Okay, so a couple of simple, probably 15 minutes, you can figure all of these 2 first stages out. Step 3, time and money. So we're coming back to budget again, because it's really important. But time, how patient can you be? Do you need leads yesterday? Do you need them soonish? Is your cash flow looking okay for the next couple of months? You can afford to wait for a bit of time. Or are you doing really good and you're just really thinking long-term growth? So have a think about what you actually need and when you need it. And then how big can you go? So budget, again, this is really, really important. I put a couple of things that I often think, but don't always say to people down here. Limited budget equals limited results. And if you could get clients for free, everyone would be doing it, right? We've had businesses that are selling a really premium product. I won't say the product, but instead I'll use a different one. Like maybe they're selling watches, and they want to do their marketing on a real kind of shoestring budget, which it's never going to work, because if you're making loads of profit on your product, then so are your competitors, and they're going to be spending more money on marketing than you. So you do have to think about how big can you actually go from a budget perspective. So if you're making 50% profit, then can you give away 10% of that profit, 20% of that, 25% of that profit to get a client, especially if they're going to be a repeat client, and or like a subscription, something like that. So think about how big you can go. A couple of my thoughts on budgets, because these are really difficult for, no one really seems to know what they should be spending. A very broad, generic number that marketers and business in general throws around is that 10 to 12% of revenue is a growth budget. Most people, especially small businesses, are kind of in the 1 to 2.5%. Some get up to 5%. But if you're really throwing everything at your business, 10 to 12% of your revenue is really what you should be putting into your marketing. You can work towards it. So a lot of people that we say this to, we actually start around the 2, 4, 5%. But do have that number in mind, that if your marketing is performing for you, you should increase and have that 10 to 12% as a goal. Always remember, marketing should be, with the right people, an investment, not a spend. It's very difficult or very easy to look at, oh God, I'm going to spend X amount per month on marketing, just to see it as an outgoing. But if it's delivering return, it's an investment. So there's always a mind shift set that we're talking to people around with marketing. Return on investment versus trajectory. I like to talk about this a lot with clients, because I think that ROI makes things very, very stressful. If you have targets and goals and those kind of, you really want to hit exactly this, it can make it for a very stressful journey. I much prefer people to try and think, especially when they're investing in marketing the first time, as a trajectory. Are we heading in the right direction? Is it moving towards where we would like to be? And that will make your marketing investment feel more comfortable and make you be able to work kind of more effectively towards your results. If you just focus on, are we doing better? Are we seeing improvements? And then finally, sacrifice. So this is a big one. I've done it now twice in my business, where I have sacrificed every penny of profit for multiple months in order to achieve the growth that I required, because I wanted it quickly. So it is worth considering that if you're serious about your business, you want to sell it in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, or you want to gain investment, you want to get that growth, you want to get the personal profit that you dream of, a sacrifice can be an option. It's very kind of entrepreneurial risky mindset, but don't discount it. It's hard to see that profit disappear, but if you're thinking long term, then it's well worth considering giving up everything for that growth that you actually want in the future. So this is going to be really hard to see at the back, but I'll explain it. And as I said, it'll be on my LinkedIn later on. So I need to credit Pierre Herubel. That's his Instagram there, because he designed this, and this image was the inspiration for this presentation. So what we've got here is, I can't remember the name of this. Anyone remember the name of this kind of chart? It's kind of quadrant-based chart. At the top, we've got high investment versus low investment. And on the left, we've got fast results versus long-term results. So inside this graphic is mapped out all the different kind of marketing activities they are. So if you've gone through steps 1 to 3 and you've understood how quickly you want results and how heavily you can invest, or if not, you can't invest much and you're happy for slow results, or you can invest a lot because you're doing really, really well at the moment, so you still are happy with slow results. Going through this will be able to give you the kind of activities that would be most sensible to invest in. So this is how we go through with our potential leads. What marketing activities are going to be most suitable then? Don't just jump to, we should do social media. Actually consider all the different marketing opportunities out there, which ones you can afford to do and how quickly they work. So do go and take a close look at this. That's the top there. So this is your low investment, fast results, but quite cheap, social selling, cold emails, long-term results, also quite cheap, newsletters, webinars, those kind of things. So if you've got low budgets and you're patient, you're looking at the bottom right quadrant. So a really, really useful graphic. Thank you to Pierre for this. I think it's genius. So yeah, go and have a look at that in depth. So this is your to-do list. List your resource, skills and budget, figure out your timeline, how patient you can be, and what ROI do you want, or what trajectory you'd be happy with. Define your message, where do they buy, why they buy, and where you need to be selling. And then use that chart to figure out what activities you can achieve with the budget and timeline that you have got in your mind. And that is everything today. Marketing theory done. Are there any questions? I love it when there's no questions. It means I've just smashed it, covered everything you could possibly. Damn it, Bruce.
Press up the volume on what you're doing, right? So if you see something working,
Microphone.
Hopefully you heard me. But when should you look to invest more in the same channel, change different channels? What should you do there?
Yeah, I mean it's dependent on each channel, I suppose. I always talk about marketing being a tap. You can turn it up, turn it down. Yeah, I think you just need to really you need to understand the results that you're seeing. Some channels can be bled dry. So, for example, pay-per-click, SEO in a particular local area, you're completely at the will of how many people are actually searching for it. So, if there's only 10 people a month searching for what you're selling, you can't get 20 clicks, right? So, if you're maxing out a channel, then you need to look elsewhere. I've talked a lot about marketing mix. So, whilst that chart there suggested you could pick particular items, I do think that you want to be working multi-channel to build a funnel. And of course, we've talked before about the customer journey. So you want to be thinking about awareness. How do people discover our brand for the first time? Consideration. Why are they going to choose us over our competitors? Case studies, testimonials, pricing on the website, way of working. And then decision as well. So how are you actually going to get them across the line with promotions or incentives or just good sales follow-up. So yeah, that's a question for each channel, Bruce, but I appreciate you asking a question. Oh, no, now you've inspired another one. At the back there, in the cap. Hello. Hi, Jason. Oh, microphone. Hold your horses. Lovely. Oh, hold your horses.
Yeah, thank you, microphone.
First part of the day.
I won't shut up.
Darby, isn't that your job? Do you know his finishing line? Smashing it.
I'll wait for my cue.
Go for it, Jason.
Fantastic. That was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
So obviously, cold email can be a really good, effective channel for brands and businesses. Can you help with some of the pitfalls of what to be careful of with your domain? Because I don't know this is that for anyone that's thinking about cold email strategy using data for cold email, or what might they need to be wary about using their own domain? It's just really easy.
Yes, be wary is the main one. Personally, I'm not a fan of cold email. No, I don't really like it. Cold email is kind of, I don't know, it's a bit like proposing before you've dated, right? Like I just think it's spammy, and some people respond to it. It absolutely depends on the market and what it is that you're selling. The main thing I would say is get yourself a mailing tool with really high deliverability, such as the Go Succeed CRM, which I think has, is it 96% deliverability? 98. Blimey, well done. Yeah, so getting a really strong tool that delivers really well. Clean your lists, get rid of all the spam. If you can do it, opt in or at least opt out with your first email. Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of cold emails at all.
And don't use your core domain. Fundamentally, use a...
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Lovely.
Radio interference.